everybody. You're going to say hi?
Hello. Sorry.
I'm Christina.
I'm Lisa.
And we are going to start doing our spacecraft junk build. So I'm going to fix the camera so we can see all of our stuff. So we went ahead and grabbed some junk that we had laying around, both at home as well as around the library.
Yeah.
And if you don't have your junk with you, go ahead, take a minute and grab that. And we can do a couple quick updates just to let you know what's going on. This Friday, we have a surprise story reading with Nikki Grimes. So excited. So if you guys want to join in, it's going to be kind of like a story time. She's going to be out at a park reading to us. It's going to be only on Zoom, and it's registration only. So go ahead and head on over to our Instagram, and the swipe up will have a direct link to register. And of course, our favorite program ever, tomorrow we're going to have our lunch at the library.
Yay!
Yay! Are you ready to start building?
I am.
Yay! Me too.
Okay. So I brought a tissue box from home. That's going to be my base.
That's a big base.
Of my spacecraft. I have a lot of tissue boxes.
Tissue boxes are useful.
They are.
You know, I know some people actually put their the shopping bags in there. Oh. And so that way they have one spot to have all of their shopping bags when they go shopping.
That makes sense.
Some of the other stuff that we have is some kind of putty, but it's a little dried out. So we're going to see what we can do with that. Construction paper. What is this, a roll?
Yeah, like an empty tube.
Empty tube.
I found this in our supply
nice.
Thing.
What is it?
I don't know. It's junk.
It's sheer.
It's stretchy.
It is stretchy. Some CDs. Paper clips. So we have some rubber bands. We just have some leftover ribbon and string. Some binder clips. Of course, scissors, tape, and a stapler with staples, and even got some colored tape. We got yellow, and this is more like a duct tape. And then we have purple. So that should be useful.
Yeah.
And then we got some dowels.
Dowels?
These are dowels.
Call them sticks.
When you go to the craft store, I believe they're called dowels.
That makes sense. That's fair. I brought some stickers. I had some Stitch stickers, and Stitch is from space.
He is from
so
space.
I thought that'd be fun. And
so you're gonna send him back to space?
Well, he's a pilot.
Is he a pilot?
Have you watched Leroy and Stitch? It's the third movie.
I haven't actually watched any Stitch movies.
What? Oh, that's my favorite movie. But yeah, he's from space, and he knows how to like fly spacecraft.
Yeah.
So he's gonna be my pilot.
Oh, that's nice.
And then I have a worm. And he'll be the co-pilot.
He's going to be the co-pilot.
Yeah.
How is he going to steer anything without any hands?
He'll keep his eyes out. He's got little.
Okay, he does have eyes. I see the eyes.
I don't know if you can see the tiny
little eyes.
Okay. How do I view the chat?
I don't know. So if you guys have any questions, go ahead and put them in the chat. If you already starting your build, you can let us know what it is that you're using and what you plan on doing. And of course, be sure to tag us on Instagram and on Facebook, so that way we can see, and then we can reshare your builds as well.
I don't know if we have a chat open. Unless I don't know how to.
There's so many buttons and I don't know what they're for. I'm afraid to touch them. Okay. Well, in the meantime.
Maybe the edit? Or does that
edit? I don't think edit is going to.
No, wait, live chat. How do we, can we turn it on? Oh, it's disabled for the video.
Oh no, Children's doesn't have live chat.
Oh.
I don't know if we can change that. Yes, we can.
No, we can't.
No, we can't.
Should we end and start again? Oh, wait, sorry.
There we go.
Yay. Yay.
Can always count on Lisa.
I'll refresh over here.
So if you want to add in any of your what's happening, your happenings, go ahead and refresh your YouTube. So that way you can have access to your chat. Because that should be the chat over there.
Oh, here?
Say something.
I never watched YouTube live. Cool.
Thankfully, I have.
Yay! Okay, I'm ready to start my spacecraft.
Yay! Me too. Okay, so I have some felt. I think I'm going to do kind of like a rocket ship.
Okay.
Given the last build we did and how difficult it was for me, I was going to go with something that is already in the line of what I wanted to do. Ooh, look, it comes apart. That's awesome. Ooh, there we go. I'm going to do a green rocket ship. So in case you did not know, it is currently NASA week. We do have the paper activity NASA kits that gives you a lot more ideas of upcycling projects to do. What was your favorite one that you chose?
Ooh. I think there was also, not also, but there was a s'mores. You can make a s'mores oven.
That s'mores oven was cool.
I made one of those in elementary school, and that was fun.
I never heard of that until I saw the paper kit. So if you want to learn how to do I think it was a solar s'mores oven.
Yeah, you use a box and you put some stuff in it to make it reflective and absorb light, and then you just stick it in the sun and it'll cook your marshmallow.
That's a very relaxing way of doing it. But that you can only do that during the day, of course.
Without setting fire to things, yeah.
Ideal.
Ooh, trying to decide where to start. I have this, I don't know where this is from, but it's a plastic thing, and it'll be my, like...
It looks like a lid.
Choo-choo. Yeah, it doesn't have a bottom, though, so...
And then did you hear about the rocket launch today?
No.
Was it no, it wasn't a rocket. It was like a spacecraft.
I did not.
I think it was Bezos. I think his rocket was launched today. And he did the youngest person. I don't know how old that person was. I'm like, did they send a baby up to space?
I think it was
a newborn?
Teenager, like 18 or 17. Maybe an adult. Probably an adult.
So they sent... Here,
I wouldn't send a child into space, personally.
They sent the youngest person, the oldest person, and then a few other people up to space. Very clever if you think about it, because he now has several world records.
I don't know. Are they just going up and hanging out and coming back down?
You know, I actually knew less about this one than about Virgin's. So, Blue Origin launch soars to the edge of space. And of course, a historic flight. What's going on over there?
I'm thinking. How do I want to attach this? Is that okay? Or should I do something else?
Okay, so one of them said, I want to go again. Very understandable. Going out to space. I'm not finding exactly.
I want to go again.
It's like a Disneyland ride. I want to go again. Very expensive Disneyland ride.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so all of the updates are just so new. Best day ever. So they climbed straight up, 110,000 pounds of push, and the rocket, so it was a rocket. let's see, accelerated as it consumed its load of super cold liquid oxygen and hydrogen.
Super cold. That must be really cold.
How cold is super cold, especially to spacecraft? I mean, that has to be cold so that it doesn't, I'm assuming, blow up.
To me, super cold is like 60 degrees.
That is super cold. 65 is super cold. I'm wearing thermals at 70 degrees, so I could only imagine.
Okay, I stuck on, this is the window. And then
oh, that's your window. Oh, that's nice. So they can see.
Else. Yeah. So I'll stick our pilot in there. Oh, and I had this unused retainer case, and I thought it would be a great pilot seat for the worm.
I like it. You're thinking of the worm.
Where he can hang out.
So it seems as though Bezos and his crewmates enjoyed 3 minutes of weightlessness. They were able to unstrap themselves and float around.
That's fun.
And float about the cabin as it reached a high point of just above 62 miles. Doesn't sound very far, though.
Yeah,
62 miles and you're floating.
I mean, it's not, there's no clear line of like, this is space and this isn't space.
Yeah.
I feel like they barely technically went into space. More of like a high fly.
Well, I think that's what Virgin did too.
Oh.
It was a very short flight. But so was the first, oh my gosh.
The seat is in place.
It is in place.
And Wormy can go inside. We don't have any comments yet. Tell us what you're using.
Yeah, what objects are you using? What kind of junk did you grab? Did you get a kit that we made for you? Or did you go ahead and grab your own junk and do some of your own upcycling? And then I'm super curious how you guys are applying it.
Someone asked, can one of you walk us through your build of the spacecraft, please?
Sure. So for me, I just grabbed, I kept the roll of ribbon when you have the ribbon. I just kept it, and because that was a really good starting point for me. If you watched our last build, I had some difficulty putting our robot together. So I wanted to have a really sound foundation. And then right now what I'm doing, I took a stick, I cut it in half with scissors. And if that's a little too difficult, have an adult help you out. And then I'm actually going to create some wheels.
Ooh.
Yeah.
I was going to add CDs too, but for accessory.
I think
decoration.
It's a beautiful accessory. So what's going on with yours? Can you walk us through your build?
I have an old tissue box, and I had some junk from my house. It was a lid that was see-through, so that's my window. And then I had a little plastic container that was unused, but we were going to throw it away. So that's my pilot seat for my worm, who is pilot. Oh, no!
Do you have a seat belt?
He needs a seat belt, yeah. He should be piloting the spacecraft. And right now I'm adding CDs just because they're pretty.
CDs are pretty. So let us know in the comments, what supplies are you using? And are you planning on making a spacecraft, a rocket, a satellite? Because we have been so excited to hear what you guys are going to create. And hopefully, if you guys want to tag us on Instagram, Corona Library, so that way we can see and then share with everybody else too of what your builds are. And the fun part is you never know what you can build with.
I'm curious what you're going to do with that.
I think it's going to be a chopper.
Oh.
Yeah. But a lot of the things that we throw away are so easily upcycled. I have done, can you think of your favorite upcycling? Mine is actually taking the, like when you get greens or spinach and it comes in that plastic container, you just rinse it out, poke a few holes in it, add some dirt, and then you now have a planter.
Oh, I think what I like to do is I have lots of tissue boxes at home. So I just paint them. So I paint pictures on the outside of whatever I want. And then it's a new container that you can use to hold stuff.
That is really cool. Let us know what your favorite upcycling is. As we have more and more things that are one-time use, it's actually becoming more popular to do upcycling. And I think that's actually one of the directions that NASA and SpaceX are going to go, because once you're out in space, you only have what is with you.
That's interesting.
I think I'm going to use a rubber band. So I'm trying to figure out for my wheels whether I use the CD, which might be actually easier because there's less room for it to move around compared to the top. But because it is moving around, I want to secure it. So I think I'm going to use rubber bands to secure. I'm feeling much more confident about this one.
It takes practice.
It does take practice.
I'm trying to stick this on, tape that down. Now it like wobbles.
Do we want the wobble? Is that, or do we not want the wobble?
We could have the wobble for balance, like if it's shaky, and then this can absorb the shock. Oh, but we still need a seatbelt for Wormy. Is
that his name, Wormy?
I think so.
It is important to wear your seatbelt whenever you travel.
Because Wormy just keeps falling out.
And we don't want that.
And I've got my stitch stickers. These are also for decoration.
So if you're just joining us, we went and grabbed some of our junk. We have a bunch of different stuff, from just scraps of paper, colored paper, yarn, string, some leftover ribbon, some sticks or dowels, as well as I even have necklaces. These are necklaces.
Oh!
Rubber bands, tape, stapler. We even have a couple pieces of felt. And we're just I'm putting together a rocket, and Lisa is putting together a spacecraft. A spaceship or a spacecraft?
Ooh. I think spacecraft is more general.
So you have a spaceship. And if you want to share with us so that we can see and then we can share with the world, be sure to tag us on Instagram. We'll be able to see it immediately and then share with the rest of the community of your build. And then if you have any questions, go ahead and put it in the comments. We have our comments up right now, and see what we end up putting together. And of course, if you guys were able to see the launch today, let us know in the chat. Curious what you guys think about these new endeavors of sending non-astronauts to space.
Do you think they had to do training ahead of time?
I haven't heard that they did training. I think the pilot did training.
Well, I would hope so.
But I think the whole idea is it's going to be no different than flying across the country, flying across the world.
Oh, so anyone could do it.
So anyone can do it. At the moment, of course, a little pricey. But we can let them be the guinea pigs. And then once we know it's safe and the price comes down, then we can go ahead and go into space. Because in case anybody has those thoughts of being a little bit jealous that those people got to go out to space, you know, it was 3 minutes, or it was about 15 minutes, because 3 minutes today. And by the time we get to go up there, we will have we'll probably get to go to the moon. So, because I know that somebody actually, I forget which one, if you guys remember which one, let us know. Somebody wants to create a hotel on the moon.
I'm saving up $250,000 for my space ride. I don't know. I feel like I would use that money on food.
That's a lot of food.
A lot of good food.
It's a lot of good food.
I don't know if I want to go to space. Would anyone else want to go to space?
Mm-hmm. Who does not want to go to space?
Yeah. Tell us your vote. I want to see what the consensus is.
I'm curious because I wouldn't mind going to space so long as I can afford it.
Oh, I don't think I'd want to go into space.
Not at all?
Yeah, I don't want to get stuck in space or die in case anything happened. But then again, it's very dangerous on Earth too, so...
Well, at the moment, it's much more dangerous to drive than to go into space.
That's true, but we haven't had enough people in space to tell us those statistics.
I think we would know if somebody was having issues out in space. Let us know. I'm curious. And if you remember who it is that wants to build a hotel on the moon, would you actually go and stay at a hotel on the moon? I mean, would you do that where it's like an actual space trip, not rather than just going for a flight?
I think I'd rather go to Disneyland, personally. I
just do Space Mountain. That's good enough, right?
Yeah, like that. You get the space, but then you also get other things too. Like maybe they need to have stuff to do on the moon, but then at that point, I don't know if it'd be like, then it just turns into another theme park. We can't. Is it like a natural preserve? Are we treating it like a...
There is actually a lot of controversy over who has claim over the materials on the moon. There are materials, I forget which materials they are. If you know, please let us know in the comments. But they have materials, building materials that, and fuel, I believe, that are very heavy on Earth because of the gravity, but the moon also has it. So once we get to the moon, it is much cheaper to gather those materials and take them to Mars for the whole endeavor of, what's his name?
Elon Musk.
Elon Musk wanting to live on Mars. So the curious part is who has rights over all of the materials on the moon.
Yeah. I don't know. I feel like once we get rid of those materials, like what if we were to take all those materials, then they're just gone. I don't know if the moon is able to recreate them.
And then what happens to the moon if we take enough away and it changes the gravitational force?
I don't know if we could do... I think the gravitational force will stay the same. Unless, like, we take away the moon, you know? Like, are we digging up the moon? Like, no, it's too big. It's too big for that.
Is it?
I think so.
Well, how much materials do they need on Mars?
I don't know. I don't know.
So let us know if you want to travel to the moon. Or if you think that all of the countries and all the leaders should leave the moon as is. Because if they did, if they took enough from the moon, because if one country started to do it, then other countries are going to start to do it, then it would be very interesting of how the gravitational force will work with our planet. As if you know, I'm sure you guys know, that the tides actually change and the water height changes when there's a full moon. And it's less when there is a new moon. And so how would that change our world?
I don't think it's full moon and new moon. I think it's the distance of the moon from the Earth. Because full moon and new moon is just the sun, like the light on the moon.
It's been a while since I've taken a science class.
It's how far the moon is from the Earth. Because when the moon's really close,
but then how
it's got more gravitational pull on on the Earth. And then
when does that happen?
When it's far, I don't know. I took environmental science. I don't know the space science.
I haven't taken that in so many years.
Or it also might be, depending on how far the Earth is from the sun, because the sun has a gravitational pull too.
I hadn't heard that actually affecting our oceans.
I don't know if it does.
Let's see, the moon.
Oh no, wormy.
Affect ocean.
So I'm going to put this black thing in, and hopefully this will just cover everything else so that wormy doesn't fall out of the spacecraft.
I need a stop. Oh, maybe this will become a stopper. Well, either way, the moon does actually affect our oceans. And some people believe if it affects something as big as the ocean, it actually affects us as well.
Oh.
We are made of, what is it, 70% water?
Something like that? Yeah, a lot of water.
A lot of water, which is why it's always important, such as a day-to-day, to drink plenty of water. And I'm not finding a very simple answer. I am finding plenty of articles. So if you guys are curious or if you guys want to find out and let us know, please do. Let's see.
So I put my black thing here, so this will keep wormy from falling out.
Oh, that's good, in case the seatbelt doesn't work.
Yeah.
And do a race stripe.
So there he is.
Oh, he looks so good, and he looks so cozy in there too.
Oh yeah. And then we've got the shock absorbers back here for when you hit some space turbulence. I'm not sure if that's a thing. There's no air in space.
So is that in case they hit like an asteroid or something?
Yeah, it's like the bumper of a car.
The bumper of a car. I think that's good. That works for me.
I'm going to put my last sticker on. How's yours going?
It's coming. It's standing. So that's always good. I'm going to just try and make it kind of pretty.
Yay.
So do you have a favorite NASA fun fact?
Favorite NASA?
Or a most memorable?
I remember, it's not a fun fact, but I remember learning about the space race in history class and how they pretty much, not sure if they made NASA during that time or if it just got a lot more funding just because we wanted to be the first ones to the moon. Mm-hmm. But otherwise, nobody cared about space.
And it's funny because at those times, everybody would actually sit around the radio, sit around the TV to actually see what was happening. And today, a lot of people didn't even know that we actually had a historic rocket launch.
Yeah. There's just so much happening in the world, it's hard to keep track.
Yeah. It's not a fun fact for me, but I did hear that there is talk about using space and using our orbit to remove junk and to remove trash.
Like sending our stuff
because there is so much trash, of sending our trash into orbit. So where the satellites are at or somewhere within that range, so that way we can remove it from our planet.
Yeah.
And if that happens, that in the matter of however much time, we would actually form rings.
Oh my goodness, that's gross. Of just trash?
Well, it's just stuff.
Ew.
It's just stuff. It just happens to not be rocks like some of the others.
Yeah, I've heard about that too, related to hazardous waste. So stuff that's just not safe to be around.
It's going to go in orbit?
Well, right now it's underground, which isn't fun.
True.
And not ideal. But some people want to send it into space. And the only problem with that is, one, some people don't think it's nice to space to send our trash up there. And then two, if anything goes wrong on its way out of Earth's orbit, we're
in trouble.
It'd be raining hazardous waste. And
well, Okay.
We might have like a zombie apocalypse or something.
Something
Along those lines.
Something along those lines. That's interesting, though. Have you guys heard, or do you guys have any fun facts that are your favorites about NASA or about space travel? And what are your thoughts on sending our trash into orbit, let alone sending our hazardous waste into orbit? I mean, that is very curious.
Yeah. Well, what else are we going to do with it? Right
That's
now,
true.
we can't do anything with it. So it's just sitting.
So,
which is why we need to upcycle things so that we don't collect too much trash.
Yeah.
Because there is no way trash just gets thrown into a pile. I'm happy with my spacecraft.
I'm actually really happy with my rocket. So if you guys have any questions, we're going to keep an eye on this replay. And if you're still building, go ahead and hit the replay as soon as we are done. We are going to go and continue working on the NASA activity booklets, the activity paper kits that we currently have out. We're going to go and replenish those really quick for any of you guys stopping by today. And don't forget, if you want to sign up for Nikki Grimes doing her live YouTube, go ahead and head on over to our Instagram, and we will have a link in the Instagram stories. And next week is Harry Potter Book Club. Yay! So exciting. And we're also immediately after going to have a last-minute surprise session with Saba Tahir on her process of writing An Ember in the Ashes. And
that's really cool.
It's going to be so exciting. We're going to have a Q&A at the end of it, so you can actually ask her anything you want. And we will have that sign up on Instagram, hopefully by the end of today. If not, then definitely by tomorrow.
Yay.
Alrighty, so we will see you guys at the library. Hope you have a good day and keep on building. Bye.